Hi everybody, and welcome to Module 5, Lesson 28. I can compare fractions with the same numerator pictorially. So we're talking about numerators. Numerator is the top part. It's showing you the number of pieces that you're dealing with. And then pictorially means picture-wise. Can you show fractions with their numerators with a picture? And comparing is comparing and looking at and how they're the same and how they're different. So as we move on, this is going to actually be part of the word problem too. So if you haven't done the word problem of the day, if you started with that, that'd be great. But you can just jump into it because this is the same part. So it says, look again at your models of Latania's hot dogs. Well, we're going to do Latania's hot dogs right now, her problem. She has two equal hot dogs. So I'm going to draw two fraction bars. If you wanted to draw hot dogs, you really could. But we're representing fractions here, and I want them to be as equal as possible, so I'm going to do two fraction bars, or two tape diagrams. So two exact ones, because Latania has two hot dogs. She has two equal hot dogs. She divides the first one into thirds. So 1, 2, 3. That's pretty equal. Then she divides the second one so that she has double the number of pieces. So I'm actually going to start out with my thirds. So I have thirds, but now you're going to need to do a line on each one to double it. So I'm going to make that one in half, that one in half, and that one in half. What if Latoya eats two pieces of each hot dog? Figure out what fraction of each hot dog she eats. So if she eats, I'm going to color this in, the first hot dog, she eats two pieces of it. Well, how am I going to write this as a fraction? I'm going to write it as a fraction. I have to count my whole number of pieces. So 1, 2, 3. That's the total number of pieces that I divided my hot dog into, which was 3. How many pieces does she eat? I colored in 2 because she eats 2 pieces of each hot dog. Now, if I come down here, I'm going to do this one. She eats 2 pieces of this hot dog. So I'm going to count my pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My denominator is going to be 6 because we divided it into twice as many pieces as the first one, and the denominator tells you how many pieces you divided it equally into, and she eats 2 of those, so she eats 2/6 of that one. So if we are trying to figure out how much she eats of each one, for the first one she eats 2/3 of her hot dog, and in the second one she eats 2/6 of a hot dog too. If you actually look at this too, you could, an extension question would be this: what is 2/6 equivalent to? And 2/6 would be equivalent to 1/3 of a hot dog. So just a little something for you, a little extra. So, I gotta erase all this. That's really what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be looking at fractions and drawing pictures to them. So she eats 2/3 of the first one and 2/6 of the second one. Did Latoya eat the same amount of the first hot dog as the second hot dog? No, she didn't. If you looked at it, she only ate 1/3 of the second hot dog. Why is the amount that she ate different? It's because we doubled the second hot dog, the pieces of the second hot dog. That's why. So when you have more pieces, you're going to have less of each piece. All right, so draw 2 pieces on your whiteboard, 2 circles on your whiteboard. This one I had struggled with because I'd rather do it as a fraction bar, but I'm going to try it out today as pizzas or as circles. So go ahead, do 2 circles, make them nice and big so that you can work on them. We tend to draw things really small when we're doing these, like really small, and we're going to divide them into pieces, so you don't want them too small. I'm going to change my marker though so that I can do a little bit of a finer point. So it says draw 2 pizzas on your whiteboard. Estimate to partition both pizzas into fourths. So the unit fraction I'm dealing with is fourths. So I'm going to divide this one into fourths, which is nice and easy to do because it's not an odd number. When you're dividing circles into odd numbers, it makes them way more challenging. Nice and equal. Fourths. They're each divided into fourths. Partition the second pizza to double the numbers. So we're going to double the numbers. So that means we're going to cut each piece into another half. Ooh, that's kind of messy, but it'll do for now. What units do we have? So in this one, we're doing fourths. Actually, I'm going to write it above it so we know what we're doing. This is fourths. And this one over here, we did into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 6, 7, 8. Just want to make sure I had it right. 8ths. So we divided that into 8ths. So now we know what units we're dealing with. Shade in 3/4. So I'm going to shade in 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. And then I have to shade in 3/8. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. What shaded portion would you rather eat? 3/4 or 3/8? And why? The reason they're asking you this is because this is 3 shaded in and this is 3 shaded in. So what's the deal? How hungry are you? Because this is going to give you almost all of the pizza. This one's only going to give you a little piece of the pizza. Why is that? Well, the reason is this is divided into 4 pieces. This one's divided into 8. So when we have 3 out of 4, you're going to get some really big pieces of pizza. So if you're really hungry, you might want this one. Now, if you're not so hungry or pizza's not your favorite food, because I know I have a couple kids who don't love pizza, this one is divided into 8ths. So your pieces of pizza are going to be smaller. Even though it's 3 slices out of it, you have more than half of your pizza left. So they're not equivalent even though they're 3 out of 4 or 3 out of 8. They're not equivalent because the denominator is different. So you have to be careful with that. So even when your numerator is different, your denominator kind of determines the size of your piece. So something to think about when you are talking about fractions. Oh, okay. So we're going to go into the worksheet part now. So thank you for today. I hope you enjoyed lesson 28, module 5.